7 morning habits that predict you'll live past 90. Number 4 takes just 30 seconds. Hey there, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you're joining us today. This is a place where we talk about living well, staying healthy, and finding joy in every stage of life, especially as we embrace our middle years and beyond. I'm here to share some wisdom, some stories, and maybe a little inspiration to help you live your best life. So grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's have a heart-to-heart. Today, I want to talk about something that's close to my heart. 7 morning habits that predict you'll live past 90. And here's the kicker. One of these habits, number 4, takes just 30 seconds. Can you believe that? I've lived a long life, and I've seen what works and what doesn't. I'm not a doctor, but I've learned a thing or two from my own journey, from the people I've met, and from the wisdom of those who've lived well into their 90s and beyond. These habits aren't just about adding years to your life. They're about adding life to your years. Because what's the point of living long if you're not living well, right? Now, before we dive in, let me paint a picture for you. Imagine waking up every morning feeling energized, clear-headed, and ready to take on the day. Your body feels strong, your mind is sharp, and your heart is full of gratitude. That's what these habits can do for you. They're not complicated, and you don't need fancy equipment or a big budget. These are simple, practical things you can start doing tomorrow morning to set yourself up for a long, healthy, and happy life. So let's get started. Habit number 1. Start your day with gratitude. Let's kick things off with something that's so simple but so powerful. Gratitude. I know, you've probably heard this before, but hear me out. When I was younger, I used to wake up and immediately start worrying about my to-do list. Bills to pay, errands to run, problems to solve. Sound familiar? But as I got older, I realized that starting my day with worry was like putting a dark cloud over everything else. Now, every morning, I take a moment to think of 3 things I'm grateful for. It could be as big as my family's love, or as small as the warmth of my morning coffee. For example, today I was thankful for the sunrise I saw from my porch, for my old dog Rusty who still wags his tail like a puppy, and for the fact that I woke up feeling good in my bones. That's it. Just 3 things. It takes maybe a minute, but it shifts your whole mindset. Why does this matter? Well, science backs it up. Studies show that practicing gratitude can lower stress, improve your mood, and even boost your immune system. And when you're less stressed, your body doesn't have to work so hard to keep you healthy. Plus, gratitude makes you appreciate the little moments, and those moments add up to a life well lived. Here's a story to drive this home. I had a neighbor, Miss Clara, who lived to be 94. Every morning, she'd sit on her front porch with a notebook and write down something she was thankful for. One day, I asked her why she did it. She said, "Honey, when you start your day counting your blessings, you realize you got more than you thought. It keeps your heart young." Miss Clara was proof that gratitude isn't just a feel-good habit. It's a lifeline. So, tomorrow morning, try this. Before you check your phone or turn on the TV, take a deep breath and think of 3 things you're grateful for. Write them down if you want, or just say them in your head. Trust me, it's like giving your soul a warm hug to start the day. Habit number 2. Move your body, even just a little. All right, let's talk about moving your body. Now, don't worry. I'm not going to tell you to run a marathon or join a gym. I'm 90, and I know that's not realistic for most of us. But here's the truth. If you want to live past 90, you've got to keep your body in motion. It's like oiling the gears of an old machine. It keeps everything running smoothly. Every morning, I do something to get my blood flowing. For me, it's a 10-minute walk around my backyard or some gentle stretches while I listen to Frank Sinatra. Nothing fancy, just enough to wake my muscles up. If you're able, maybe you walk to the mailbox, do some chair yoga, or even dance to your favorite song in the kitchen. The point is to move in a way that feels good for you. Why is this a predictor of a long life? Well, moving your body improves circulation, strengthens your heart, and keeps your joints flexible. It also releases those feel-good chemicals in your brain, like endorphins, that make you happier. And when you feel good, you're more likely to take care of yourself in other ways, like eating well or staying connected with friends. Let me tell you about my old friend Joe. Joe was a retired firefighter who lived to be 92. Every morning, rain or shine, he'd do 10 minutes of stretching in his living room. He'd joke that it was a secret to staying spry. But it wasn't just a joke. Those stretches kept him strong enough to garden, play with his grandkids, and climb the stairs without trouble. Joe wasn't a fitness buff. He just made movement a part of his routine, and it paid off. So, here's your challenge. Tomorrow morning, pick one way to move your body for 5 to 10 minutes. Maybe to walk, some stretches, or even swaying to your favorite tune. Start small, and you'll be amazed at how good it feels. Your body will thank you, and so will your future self. Habit number 3. Drink a glass of water first thing. This one's so easy, it almost feels like cheating. Every morning, before you reach for coffee or breakfast, drink a tall glass of water. I keep a glass by my bedside so I can sip it as soon as I wake up. It's like giving your body a gentle wake-up call after a long night's sleep. Why does this matter? Well, when you sleep, your body gets dehydrated. Drinking water first thing rehydrates your cells, kickstarts your metabolism, and helps flush out toxins. It's like hitting the reset button for your insides. Studies show that staying hydrated can improve brain function, boost energy, and even reduce the risk of things like kidney stones or urinary tract infections. Things that can sneak up on us as we age. I learned this habit from my Aunt Rose, who lived to be 97. She swore by her morning water routine. She'd say, "It's like watering a plant. If you don't give it what it needs, it wilts." Aunt Rose was sharp as a tack until the end, and I'm convinced her water habit had something to do with it. Here's a tip. If plain water feels boring, add a slice of lemon or a splash of cucumber. It makes it feel a little fancy, and you'll look forward to it. Just make it the first thing you do, even before your coffee. Your body will feel refreshed, and you'll start the day on the right foot. Habit number 4. Take 30 seconds to breathe deeply. All right, here's the one you've been waiting for. The habit that takes just 30 seconds. It's so simple, but don't let that fool you. This one's a game changer. Every morning, I take 30 seconds to breathe deeply. I sit up in bed, close my eyes, and take slow, deep breaths in through my nose, out through my mouth. I count to 5 on the inhale, hold for a moment, and then exhale for 5. This isn't just about relaxing, though it does calm you down. Deep breathing oxygenates your blood, lowers your heart rate, and reduces stress hormones in your body. Stress is a silent killer, my friends. It can raise your blood pressure, weaken your immune system, and make it harder to sleep. But those 30 seconds of breathing, they're like a mini vacation for your body and mind. I got this habit from a doctor I met years ago at a community health talk. He said, "If you do nothing else for your health, just breathe. It's free and it works." He was right. I've been doing it for decades, and it's one of the reasons I feel so calm and centered, even on tough days. Let me share a quick example. My friend Margaret, who's 88 now, started this habit after a health scare. She was dealing with anxiety, and her doctor suggested deep breathing. She started doing it every morning, and within weeks, she felt more in control, slept better, and even had more energy. She calls it her 30-second miracle. So, here's how to do it. Tomorrow morning, find a quiet spot. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take 5 slow, deep breaths. Count to 5 as you inhale, hold for a second, and exhale for 5. That's it. 30 seconds, and you're done. Try it for a week, and I promise you'll feel the difference. Habit number 5. Eat a nourishing breakfast. Now, let's talk about breakfast. I know some folks skip it, but if you want to live past 90, don't be one of them. A good breakfast sets the tone for your day. It gives you energy, stabilizes your blood sugar, and keeps you from overeating later. But it's not about grabbing a donut or a sugary cereal. It's about nourishing your body. My go-to is a bowl of oatmeal with some berries and a sprinkle of nuts. It's warm, filling, and good for my heart. Sometimes I'll have eggs with spinach or a slice of whole grain toast with avocado. The key is to include protein, fiber, and healthy fats to keep you full and focused. Why does this predict a long life? Well, research shows that people who eat a balanced breakfast are less likely to have heart disease, diabetes, or obesity, all things that can shorten your life. Plus, when you start your day with good food, you're more likely to make healthy choices all day long. Let me tell you about my cousin Ed, who's 91 and still plays golf twice a week. Ed's been eating the same breakfast for years. Scrambled eggs, a slice of toast, and a piece of fruit. He says it's his fuel for the day. Ed's not perfect. He loves his ice cream, but that morning habit keeps him strong and active. So, tomorrow, try a breakfast that's got some protein, like eggs or Greek yogurt, some fiber like fruit or whole grains, and a little healthy fat, like nuts or avocado. It doesn't have to be fancy, just something that makes your body feel good. You'll be amazed at how much better you feel by lunchtime. Habit number 6. Connect with someone you love. This one's not about your body. It's about your heart. Every morning, I make a point to connect with someone I care about. Sometimes it's a quick call to my daughter, a text to my grandkids, or even a chat with my neighbor over the fence. It doesn't have to be long, just a moment to say, I'm thinking of you. Why is this a predictor of longevity? Because humans are social creatures. Studies show that strong relationships can lower your risk of depression, boost your immune system, and even help you live longer. Loneliness, on the other hand, is as bad for your health as smoking or obesity. That's serious stuff. I learned this from my old friend Sarah, who lived to be 95. Sarah was a widow for 20 years, but she never felt alone. Every morning, she'd call one of her kids or grandkids just to say hello. She'd say, "A little love and morning keeps me going all day." Sarah's smile was proof that connection is medicine for the soul. So, tomorrow morning, reach out to someone. Call a friend, send a text, or even write a quick note. Tell them you appreciate them, or just check in. It's a small act that can make a big difference for them and for you. Habit number 7. Set a positive intention for the day. Last but not least, let's talk about setting a positive intention for your day. This is about deciding how you want to show up in the world. Every morning, I take a moment to think about what I want my day to be like. Maybe I say, today I'm going to be kind to everyone I meet, or today I'm going to focus on the good stuff. It's like setting the GPS for your heart and mind. This habit is powerful because it gives you purpose. When you have a clear intention, you're less likely to get caught up in stress or negativity. Plus, it helps you focus on what really matters. Research shows that people with a sense of purpose tend to live longer and have better mental health. Let me tell you about my mentor, Mr. Thompson, who was my high school teacher and lived to be 93. Every morning, he'd write a single word on a piece of paper, something like patience or joy, and carry it in his pocket. That was his intention for the day. He said it kept him grounded, no matter what life threw at him. I started doing this myself, and it's like a little anchor that keeps me steady. So, tomorrow morning, take a moment to set an intention. It could be a word, a phrase, or a sentence. Maybe it's, I'm going to smile more today, or I'm going to be present. Say out loud or write it down. Then carry it with you and watch how it shapes your day. Well, there you have it, my friends. 7 morning habits that predict you'll live past 90. Let's recap real quick. Start with gratitude. Move your body. Drink water. Take 30 seconds to breathe deeply. Eat a nourishing breakfast. Connect with someone you love. And set a positive intention. These aren't hard, and they don't take much time, but they can change everything. I've seen these habits work wonders in my own life and in the lives of people I care about. They're not magic, but they're pretty close. They're about taking care of your body, your mind, and your heart every single day. And when you do that, you're not just adding years to your life. You're adding joy, purpose, and love. So, here's my challenge to you. Pick 1 or 2 of these habits and try them tomorrow morning. Start small and build from there. And if you're watching this and thinking, I'm too old to start new habits, let me tell you something. You're never too old to live better. I'm 90 and I'm still learning, still growing, still trying to be the best version of myself. Before I go, I want to hear from you. Which of these habits are you going to try? Or maybe you've got a morning habit that's worked for you. Share in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It means the world to us, and it helps more people find these tips for living well. Until next time, take care of yourself, be kind to others, and keep shining. This is your old friend, signing off with love and gratitude. See you soon.